Hey YouTube, I'm talking about Bleach. The Bleach so far in the Stern Ritter arc. I wanted to set this out right now. I think the Espada are far more interesting than the Stern Ritter. My reasons are because the Espada essentially just look more demonic, look more not evil. They look scarier than the Stern Ritter. Aside from Ass Nod with the spikes coming off his mask, but they appear more scarier, and they weren't afraid of Bunkai as the Stern Ritter were. You could say they were. They just seem scary. And like, for example, Bambietta, her powers appear lame to me, in my opinion. She puts her reshi in something and it explodes. That just doesn't sound cool. And in real life, like, you know, when you think about it, that's actually frightening. That she could turn anything into a bomb. But when you think of the Espadas, like just think about the top three, right? Hallibell could make an enormous amount of water out of nothing. Baragon aged everything to death, and his powers were frightening. That was actually scary. Imagine yourself as cell phone. Who would you rather fight? Would you rather fight Baragon, or would you rather fight KB9, what the fuck was his name? BG9. Would you rather fight Baragon or BG9? Yeah, they're both strong, but let's put it in the context. Could BG9 take on Baragon? Yeah. Almost no one could take on Baragon. Frankly, in my head, I don't even know how Aizen actually beat him. You would think even if your sword touches Baragon that it would age and rust to death. You know, rust and your soul would die. Something like that, you know? Even Stark was incredible. I know we have, like, you know, Stark, Baragon, Hallibell, Ukru. I can't even say his name right. Grimjaw. Those guys are just plain interesting. And with the Stern Ritter, it just seems like, you know, the heat, I have fire, and you know, the Quincy's don't make sense to me. I thought they all use fucking arrows. That's my view. I like the Espada more than I like the Stern Ritter. Ishida has now inherited the letter A from Juha Bach, and Haschwalth is B. And when I think the letter A, what I believe the letter A is, it stands for arrow. And my assumption is that when Juha Bach fought Genryu, cut his sword into the sky, and it looked like it was a bow shooting an arrow down to the floor, and he's using an arrow as a blade. I believe the letter B for Jugram Haschwalth probably stands for blade. So A stands for the arrow, B stands for the blade. And I believe because his specialty, and that's why he was able to cut Ichigo's Bunkai sword form. One thing I'm curious about is, who is the letter C? Komamura dying, I don't think he's going to die. What I see Kubo doing is that he's setting it up this way, where all four captains that lost their Bunkai, he shows the first two, right, appear to be winning. The Stern Ritter to come back, kick their asses. Oh, so that's the first part. Second part is he has Komamura come and, you know, show off the new power he's able to obtain. And I think he beats Bambietta, or someone helps. Bambietta has another power, because Bambietta, it seems like the Stern Ritter, I don't know if they have special moves, because I know the Heat, don't remember his name. He had Burner Finger and Burner Finger 2. Bambietta has yet to show a titled move, a move with a name attached to it. And maybe that's what the explosion is that looks like when Komamura's Bunkai slashes through. I think that might either save her or she's done. So it's 50-50 with Komamura. Now, who I feel bad for is when Byakuya comes down. It will be straight. It will be a straight one-sided battle when it's Byakuya versus Asuna. first 2 captains lose. Komamura, 50-50 chance. You know, he at least made these captains, he at least made them get afraid. Astronaut will be straight destroyed. And I cannot wait to see what Yakuza is like. I hope his Bunkai change. You know, I hope his Bunkai is I hope it changes. Change is good. If Komamura loses, this is what I believe Kuro's gonna do. Shinji's gonna come in to help. Because either this has to happen, Komamura wins, close call, or he's about to lose, Shinji comes in with Bunkai. And what I think Shinji's Bunkai is he probably switches, he takes your ability. You know what? It could be something like this, where all the damage he takes, he puts it back on you. So it's either 2 things, I believe. He either he reflects the damage that you did to him, or he takes your ability so he can use it against you. Because his Shikai is about reverse everything. So I believe he's either reverse the damage, he's gonna reverse your powers and use it against you. Something to reverse. If you have a better idea, please share. It's good to have a discussion because I love Bleach. What I think Juha Bach did when he gave Ishida the same letter as him, A, I think he may be reborn, or he's connected now to Ishida. And what I think is going to happen is, if Juha Bach dies, he will take over Ishida's body, or Ishida's life is linked to Juha Bach. If Juha Bach dies, so does Ishida. That could make it for a compelling story, because if Ichigo will have to kill Ishida either way, and they are rivals, but they're like best friend rivals. They're rivals in the sense of they're more rivals in the sense of Sasuke and Naruto, with less jealousy, but still determination. The determination to be better than the other one is still there. The only thing that's weird though between the two is that you never progressively see Ishida becoming stronger, or it's never discussed how much stronger he's actually become. Because in fact, Ishida still has a human body. The next thing I want to talk about is Genryu's Bunkai. Juha Bach is going to lose the power of Genryu's Bunkai because they still have Genryu's sword. Even though Genryu's body is gone in the wind, dust, never to return. It's gone, right? Genryu's sword still remains broken, but still there nonetheless. What I believe they're going to do is they're going to use those I don't know what they were called, those rocks that holify one's soul, and they're going to holify the sword so that they can remove the Bunkai that Juha Bach holds. There's no way that Juha Bach is not going to use Bunkai. And that's one of the quickest ways he can destroy society. If he has the flame armor on, it's over. No one can touch him. Kenpachi now can talk to his sword, and his sword was already in Shikai. Even though they never directly talk about it, he's like Ichigo. He releases so much power that he forced his regular sword into Shikai, and his sword can't ever go back to its regular form. And I'm hoping that Kubo throws it out the window, and all this time Kenpachi was in Shikai. Shikai just looks battered like that, because it doesn't make sense for a Shikai to become battered. Like, what would be its strength? Because the entire time Kenpachi has been using his own power. So what I see happening is, if Kenpachi is in Shikai, his Bunkai will either be of 2 things in my view. It will either be a sharpened sword, and it will probably give him some astronomical power, or his Shikai will display a power that he can use in Shikai form, and in Bunkai form, it is just enhanced 10 to 1,000 times more. And so is his power level. And I think he'll be able to go toe to toe, or not even toe to toe. He will overpower Juha Bach, but Juha Bach will use Genryu's Bunkai to overpower Kenpachi. That's what I think is gonna happen. And before he even fights Kenpachi, I think Kenpachi is gonna probably kill 1 or 2 more Stern Ritter. Like, it's over. I'm here. Let's finish our fight now. Most likely Kenpachi's gonna skip those Stern Raiders in a straight fight of Juha Bach. And I can't wait to see what happens when Juha Bach goes Volstending. If Juha Bach can use Genryu's Bunkai with Volstending and versus Kenpachi with Bunkai. Interesting battle. Hope that happens. Hope you guys have a discussion in the comments down below. And if anyone wants to make a video response, man, I'd love to respond back to your video. Alright guys. Peace.